Welcome again to Joe Stunner Boxing. How many times have we talked about Mexican fighters coming to England, Britain, and upsetting the apple cart? Well, looks like Ireland has got has got a taste of what us Brits are used to because Gary Cully, who was on a bit of a knockout streak, was expected to get rid of Jose Felix of Mexico pretty easily. And in fact, he got knocked out in 3 rounds, and he got beaten up and knocked out basically. Felix, you may know, came in with a 39 wins, 30 KOs, so clearly he's got heavy hands. 6 defeats, and 2 of those were by stoppage and 1 draw. And he's also fought he's fought in Britain before. I don't think he's fought in Ireland before, but he lost. Well, I think he fought in Belfast that's where the Tyrone McKenna fight was, because he lost his last 2 in Spain to Sandor Martin. That was in 2022, and then in 2021 he fought Tyrone McKenna, and also lost another 10-round decision in Belfast. I'm sure it was Belfast, but I think everyone expected Cully to deal with him. Cully 16-0 coming in with 10 KOs, had really looked the part, gigantic for a lightweight, 6'2". But he likes to have a row. He likes to get down and dirty, and he likes to score the knockouts. And clearly, being on the chief support for the Katie Taylor, Chantel Cameron, Dublin Bonanza, he wanted to score another knockout. First 2 rounds, no problem at all. Felix, orthodox fighter. Cully, southpaw. Just to add to the problems of the opponents, 6'2" lightweight who's a southpaw, but he fights small at times, and he is very, very aggressive. And he in the first round, no problem. He didn't have Jose Felix in any real trouble, but he was controlling the fight, with a mixture of aggression and, there were some nice individual jabs there, but he likes to get involved. And at no point was Felix really hitting Cully. So I guess Cully thought, well, if he can't hit me, he can't hurt me. And he should have looked at his record, because Felix, like I say, 39 wins coming in with 30 KOs. What does that suggest to you? And he's Mexican. They're tough little sods, those Mexicans. Felix was, I think, probably about 5 or 6 inches shorter. I guess Cully, again, lulled into a sense of security by thinking, oh, look at this little guy. He can't beat me. He can't touch me. He won't get near me. First 2 rounds, no real problem. In the 3rd round, the roof caved in basically on Cully, because Cully was going forward again, looking to land his own punches. Felix timed I think he timed a backhand, so that would be a left hand from Cully. Over the top comes the right hand, which smashes right onto Cully's jaw, and he kind of freezes. And sort of sideways, I think he fell sideways. It was open, but the weird thing was, his eyes seemed clear. He was looking up at the referee, but then when he tried to stand up, his legs just wouldn't work. It was that Thomas Hearns thing, where I don't know, these really tall, thin guys, when they do get hurt, even though the brain is still seemingly operating, the legs don't want to know. It's almost like the requests have too far to travel. You know what I mean? That's what it seems like. But yeah, he got up and he was shaky. And of course, Jose Felix tore after him. Cully desperately tried to hang on, but at the same time, he seemed in 2 minds. Do I want to hang on? Do I want to fight back? He knew his legs weren't under him. Felix managed to sort of bundle him into a corner, was letting his hands go. Did land a couple of very nice punches that, looked as hard as the ones that had floored Cully, but I don't know, maybe he just couldn't feel them at that point. I don't know. But he sort of fell to his knees again. Referee called it a second knockdown. Up gets Cully again, and Peter Taylor in his corner, holding the towel, waiting for the next moment when Cully's going to be in trouble, and it seemed like there was no way out of it. There was about a minute of the round left. Felix tears after him, gets him on the ropes. In comes a towel from Peter Taylor. Cully again. The look in his eyes, it's like they were clear, and he was trying to throw punches back, but the referee didn't see the towel coming, and he allowed the fight to carry on for maybe another 10 seconds, until finally stepping in and stopping the fight. And Cully, he just didn't have his foundation under him. He didn't have his legs under him. He did seem, in the aftermath of the fight, he did seem like he was, a little bit like, sort of, what happened? Where am I? A bit shocked. So maybe the look in his eyes was deceptive. Maybe that's why the referee let it carry on, because Cully did appear okay, but his legs weren't working. And, Tony Bellew and Alicia Baumgartner and Laura Wood, I think, were questioning both Peter Taylor. Was he a bit late with the towel? Was the referee late? And Cully, I think, left the ring immediately. He's off to hospital. But Jose Felix at 31, he's resurrected his career after those 2 points losses that I mentioned earlier. Gary Cully at 27, you would think he's entering his prime if he isn't there already. He can rebuild, but he's got to use those advantages. He's got to use that height, that reach, all those praying mantis dimensions. Why is he fighting small? Why is he so aggressive? Yes, I mean, again, I repeat, draw the parallel between Thomas Hearns, another very tall, thin, only 6'2" welterweight. I mean, he could be hurt, but so yes, I understand that you can have a lot of success and look very spectacular if you use those advantages in an aggressive way. But it's knowing when to use them. And Cully, I think he had 5 knockouts in his last 5 fights. Clearly, he'd kind of fallen in love with his own power, with his own aggression. And Jose Felix, who'd had 45, 46 fights coming in, he'd seen it all before. He'd been around the houses. Like his last fight was in Spain. Prior to that, like I say, Belfast. Obviously, he's fought in the United States. He's fought in many times in the US, actually. He's obviously fought in Mexico a lot. I mean, this guy is a tough, battle-hardened Mexican. And you've got to respect those guys. You've got to respect someone who's got 30 knockouts in 39 wins. Never mind whether he's got 6 defeats and a couple of them that are inside the distance. So what? I mean, Isaac Cruz got rid of Jose Felix, I think, in 3 rounds back in 2018 or 2019, something like that. Long time ago. But it doesn't matter. That's a long time ago. You've got to respect these guys, and Cully has learned a lesson the hard way. Let's put it that way. So a great win for Jose Felix. Bad luck to Cully. Cully can come again. Very, very disappointing in front of his Irish fans, but he's young enough to come again. You learned the hard way. You got to learn from your mistakes. And one defeat, as you know, with this channel, I don't put much stock in defeats if you learn from them. You know what I mean? Anyway, what did you think of the fight? Were you shocked? Were you as shocked as I was? I thought Cully would probably use his dimensions and maybe stop Felix late in the fight. I think I predicted an 8-round KO for Cully. I didn't think it'd be that easy because these Mexicans are never easy, but nah, wasn't meant to be, was it? Leave your comments below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Spread the word about Joe Stunner Boxing, and also hit the like button if you don't mind. That would be great. That would help us. And yeah, got the big one coming next. Taylor versus Chantel Cameron. We'll see how that one goes. Bye for now.